Welcome to Tech Tuesday. My name is Abbie Richie. I'm the CEO and founder of Senior Savvy, which provides tech services for older adults. And every Tuesday, I'm right here hosting Tech Tuesday, which is all about tech innovation as it relates to older adults, especially those living in senior living communities. We have a great show lined up for you today, but before we get started, let's go ahead and run our intro. Before I bring my guests in, I just want to bring you into my world a little bit and let you know I was at CES a couple of weeks ago. It was a great show, and I did a broadcast, a live broadcast of Tech Tuesday from the Eureka Park exhibit. And right before I did that broadcast, I found out some really bad news. My stepfather had passed away, and like a true entrepreneur that he was, I knew that he would have wanted me just to do my work, get it done, and then get to my mom as soon as possible. And that's what I did. However, it was so crazy noisy in Eureka Park. And I was just so emotionally freaked out by everything that I closed down my broadcast early. It was just so nutty being down there. And I also left the show early. And there were people I wanted to meet with, there were products I wanted to talk about. There's definitely more to this CES Eureka Park Swiss tech innovation piece that I wasn't able to do. And so today I'm going to do a little bit of a recap and also talk with some of the people I didn't get to meet while I was at the show. So the other thing I want to say is this: if you've noticed that I've been a little off, it's because I'm a little off. But I love serving you. I love being here with you. I love talking about tech innovation. And so I want to thank you for your outreach and the outpouring of like condolences and all that patience and wonderful stuff. And I'm very, very grateful. So with that, I want to go ahead and bring my guests on today. First off, I have Rick Voigt of Vivid Picks. Welcome to Tech Tuesday, Rick.
Abbie, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. And then I also want to bring my other guest on. I have Samir of Beware Deaf Assistant, right?
Yes. Thank you so
Yes.
much for having me, Abbie.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So you two have products that I wanted to understand a little bit more about, and we're going to do that today. And then we're going to also save a little bit of time at the end for me to feature two things that I saw, got to know, and more impressed with than ever that I need to talk with you about today. So first off, let's start with Rick. Rick, tell us about Vivid Picks and how it's helping older adults, please.
Absolutely. Well, Vivid Picks is a company. We've been around for a little over 10 years. And for the last 8 years, we've been helping people relive memories. And memories is really a double innuendo. First part is our photographic memories. We have taken thousands of images all of our lives, and oftentimes they sit in closets, and we don't really tell the stories that come with those wonderful photographic memories. And then two, in the genealogy family history world, oftentimes we are handed down memories, documents, and we want to be able to share those stories. So that's what Vivid Picks is all about, is bringing forth the stories of our memories.
I love it. I love it. That's so vital. It's so important. It's the thing that connects us to our past and some of our very best times. Thank you. And Samir, if you would please tell us about the deaf assistant. Oh, I think you're on mute, my friend.
Yes. Thank you, Abbie. First of all, I love your energy. It's amazing to hear on a Tuesday. And I'm really sorry to hear about your stepfather. I did not know about it. I hope your family's doing well. So Be Aware has a line of AI-powered, award-winning apps that are centered for the deaf and hard of hearing communities. and for the institutions that serve them. And so we have thousands of people across 50 different countries that use our apps on average 4 times every single day. And just yesterday, I got a testimonial from a user who said, "Your app is a godsend for me. Oh my God, it's so much easier for me to understand people. Thank you so much." And there's like a million hearts. And these are mostly people who are hard of hearing, that are older adults, and there's no accessibility that is provided to them because of the fact that there's everyone's focusing on people who are completely deaf, or they're just now focusing on this population that doesn't know sign language either. And so we essentially create tools that make it make them feel included, so that they're not left out during family gatherings and things like that.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, that's so important. And I want to know from both of you, how did you get into this? What's your origin story in doing this? So, Rick, would you tell us, please?
Sure. I've been in the photo business since I graduated from college. I had a long career at Kodak, 1 year non-compete, went to work for HP, helped them spin up a division, helped a friend spin up a company that's putting blood pressure machines and the like in thousands of locations. And once I tasted entrepreneurship, I couldn't go back. So photo is part of everything that we do.
Hmm.
And then also on the dementia side of things, my mom doesn't remember things quite as well as she used to. And the NIH, the National Institutes of Health, described reminiscence therapy as using prompts in order to be able to invoke conversation. And photos are actually identified first as one of those prompts, yet there was very little insight, primary research into how to use photos. So we did primary research in how to use photos and photo reminiscence therapy to connect people, whether it be a paid or an unpaid caregiver. So photo is part of everything that we do, and I've been doing it for a long time.
Love it. I love it. Thanks, Christine. And let's hear about your origin story, Samir, please.
Yes. So I have been, close to computers ever since I was a little kid, and entrepreneurship is what, um, like, I caught the bug when I was in high school, and as I graduated college, I got really involved in consulting for accessibility applications, and I worked on a lot of high-profile applications that are used by over 20 million people. And so, like during the pandemic, I was just with some friends and we decided to build something for a community that is ignored. And we wanted to build something that would help them in their everyday lives. And so we ended up building Be Aware. We did a lot of research into what kinds of problems people face, what kinds of solutions are out there. And, like we designed it first, would not build it at all. And then we did a lot of testing with users, and we ended up with the Deaf Assistant app. And
Mhm.
then we got a lot of requests from our users for specific purposes. And so because our application does not solve all the different cases. And so whenever we saw there was something not solved, we ended up adding another application for that purpose.
I love it. That's the true heart of the entrepreneur, finds an unmet need and solves it. You guys probably don't know this, but I'm a fourth generation entrepreneur on both sides of my family. Everyone is like crazy hardwired to, create solutions. And yeah, it was just bred so into the fabric of my life. So this is the second company that Senior Savvy is the second company that I started. So I love that. And I've noticed also, as I've been working with older adults, that there's just really not a lot of assisted tech that's available for those that are hearing impaired and have vision challenges as well. So great. I love this so much. I want to give you both an opportunity, if you have it available, for you to show us a video about how your solution works. So Rick, if you would please, and Jada, if you can cue that up, that would be great. If you want to introduce the video, Rick, go right ahead.
Sounds great. So this video is about our memory station. And so the VividPix memory station allows somebody to be able to scan to image improve and then record a story that describes that photograph in order to then be able to have a movie individually or combined in order to be able to tell the stories of our photographs of our memories.
Love it.
So quick tee up, and Jada, please share.
This is Rick's aunt.
Yep, you can click to listen. Go ahead.
This is Rick's aunt.
I love it. I love it. So then the story would say something like, this is Rick's aunt, right? And then tell a little bit more about it. Yep. And what's the response to the family member who is participating?
It's pretty wonderful. Thank you. So who we work with is both an individual. So that individual may be my sister and my mom as an example. And my sister might go over and visit mom, and mom might not be as communicative that day. And by pulling out the photo album, we're actually able to bring forth her old memory. And then with that, myself or my sister at that time, she's able to enjoy the time together. And that was really the precipice of what got me involved, because I got tired of listening to the same story over and over, or the same question over and over again. And by pulling out the photo album, I was able to pull out the memories, and I was able to spend more time with mom. And that's what other people are realizing with this station. And also capturing those stories before they fade away, because they fade away. And that's, again, a double innuendo of a photograph that fades based on time, age, and heat.
Thank you.
And then two, we're in commercial environments. So we work a lot with genealogical and historical societies, libraries, archives, and museums. And it's important to make sure that we're capturing that information and making it available in a long-term form. So there's the health benefit as well as the community benefit, and people are enjoying it.
I can see why. So it's like you are directing the visit, right, with your loved one, as opposed to being reactionary to their repeated questions or their anxiety. You are directing the visit in a positive way.
Absolutely. As we found in our research, we found it almost prescribing photographs in order to be able to head down a conversational path. And in our research, the primary research that we did, we found the power of the photograph actually can go further just to be able to help eating, as an example. So by allowing somebody to be able to look at a photograph to engage in a conversation prior to begin eating, that allows the person to not have nervousness or concern with beginning to eat. Or if somebody is being asked to take their medication, and to be able to have a conversation ensue prior to having that person being asked to take their medications, we saw up to a 50% improvement in medication compliance, just because we're engaging with the other person as a person, bringing forth memories and having a good time.
Yeah, that's so important. And it really takes the stress out of the interaction. And I'm hearing this more and more, that when you show a picture to someone, it leads the next step forward into how things are going, and really takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. And I just love this idea. Thank you. And let's talk now about, do you happen to have a video that's queued up? Yeah, okay. So let's talk about the Be Aware app as well.
Yeah, sure. So there's during some of our research, we met with the father of a boy. His name is Frank. He's when he was 16, he used to take the public transport, and his hearing disability never affected him before. But then one day, someone was trying to talk to Frank, and because he couldn't hear, he didn't realize it, and so the person just punched him and broke his tooth because he felt disrespectful. Sorry, he thought that Frank was disrespecting him just because he couldn't hear. And so John, his father, he told me that he became anxious for his son's well-being. And so he started to, look for solutions, but they're not very popular, or they're, too expensive. And, there's over 1.5 billion people who are deaf or hard of hearing. Isn't that unbelievable? That's
Mhm.
like one person for every 3 households in every city, in every neighborhood. And so there's so many people who are just like Frank, but we just don't get to hear their stories.
Yeah.
And that's why we built Be Aware. And Jida, you can share the video. Let's wait for it. Yeah, so it's very simple. It focus. So one of the abilities to do is an alerting device. Or wait, let me wait for it to finish. This is the alerting feature where you can just lock your phone and it'll flash an LED. If someone rings the doorbell, you can hear it. So let me.
I'm deaf or hard of hearing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Could you narrate us through some of that, please?
Sure. Yeah. So as I was going to say,
Oh, I can't hear him. You are on mute. There
So
you go.
yeah, I was saying there's functionalities and they're focused on ease of communication and safety. So one of them is the alert functionality, where essentially it's very easy to customize the noise level
Mhm.
that you want to alert to. So for example, if there's a baby that's crying or someone's ringing the doorbell, you just turn it on, you can lock your phone, and then anytime you can hear it, and anytime there's a noise, it'll flash the LED, it'll ring, vibrate your watch and all that other stuff. And then it also does, which is very popular, the speech functionality, where you can have someone that you're talking to speak into the phone. And then because the microphone's on this side, you can essentially flip the text, so they're still able to see what you're still able to see what they're saying while it's picking it up, and it's super fast, as you can see.
100%. I love that.
And then people who are deaf, but they're also nonverbal, so they're not able to speak sometimes. They usually have like a notepad, and so they'll write on the notepad, and then once they write, they'll like turn it around, and so you can see. But what you can do with this is that you can type while it's pointing the other way, and so people can see essentially while you're typing. So it's really effective and fast to communicate. And then you can also like store some phrases, so you don't have to type the same thing every time, like double. Everyone wants a double. You just tap on it and they know what your order is. So, and this is the Deaf Assistant app, which is, really popular. People love it. And so any of your viewers who have family, share with them, friends. It's absolutely free. Our motto is to not charge people who are deaf, and so we have other applications that are focused on businesses, and so we charge those.
Got it. Yes, yeah. What I've noticed also in my research is that a lot of the options that are available are through, as if you have a prescription, and from your audiologist, for instance, you can get a captioned phone, and there are there's definitely technology available. And not to go too far off, but I was just talking to some clients the other day who were telling me they were going to the doctor and that it's always a challenge every time they see the doctor because the doctor has an accent, right? And they can't understand them. Plus, the doctor is also wearing a mask at the same time. So I quickly taught them how to use their Notes app to do live dictation in a doctor's appointment, for instance, or when someone else is wearing a mask and you cannot read lips. There you go. Boom, mic drop, right? So I'm in this world with you. I love what you're doing. I think it is huge. I also have a prediction for you. Okay, here's a prediction. So I probably picked this up last year at CES, but in talking to someone else, but I do believe that there are going to be captions on everything moving forward because this is how we watch TV, right? We all watch TV with the subtitles on. So I truly believe that there's going to be these captions everywhere. It's going to be like a ticker tape of captioning because it's going to help this growing population of adults who are hard of hearing. And like you said, there's a huge population, not just older adults, but everyone. So I really believe there's going to be a little bit of ticker tape. Now, I want to feature two other things that I came across at CES, okay? And then we'll get back and talk more. But there's a couple of other things. So I told you about my predictions, and I want to show you a couple other things. The first one, and I had this group on maybe a month ago, and that's with safe living. And Jada, if you have that queued up, I just want to show it because it is so powerful to those who are living on their own. It's even very powerful for those that are in senior living. And so what Safe Living / Helpany does is they have a monitoring system it's in the background. You're not seeing it. It's a sensor. It's not a camera. And Jada, if you happen to have any imaging, you can throw that up. That would be super. And so what it allows someone to do is to monitor your well-being, to monitor whether or not you're getting out of bed, to monitor if you've taken a fall, to monitor and track your movement. So this has been a valuable aspect, especially in senior living when there are so many people. And or if an adult is living on their own. So perhaps, Jada, you're unable to. I'm going to move on to my next one, and I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's go right ahead. So the next one that I want to talk about is called Mind Mics. So Mind Mics, and okay, great. There it is. Woohoo. All right. So Mind Mics. Mind Mics is an earbud. You put it in your ear, and what it's doing is it's tracking all of your health metrics for you. It's already in your ear. There's so much that's happening in this ear canal with our heartbeat. And there's a whole biofeedback dashboard that is tracking everything, every single heartbeat. If you're stressed, if you're not stressed, it's telling you if there's any alerts, if you need to rest and maybe take some minutes away. So I will tell you guys, in my experience.
You're on mute, Jada.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. This only happened like once or twice before I've had to pop in, but I think Abbie accidentally exited herself out while she was sharing her screen. Oh, she's probably back.
How did that happen? Okay, I stopped my screen and I left the studio. That's what happened, right?
It's okay. I'll pop back behind the scenes now.
Thank you. You said it might happen. So anyways, in my experience, what I've noticed is that a lot of these companies haven't done their research, and you guys both have. And I love that about you, as has Mind Mics. So absolutely 100% behind that type of technology of tracking how you're doing, your equilibrium, your balance, your heart rate, all while you're wearing an earbud. Totally innovative. The other thing I want to share with you is something else I came across, and that is these JVC over-the-counter hearing aids, and they sent me a product, so I was able to test it and try it. And what this is doing is it's AI powered hearing aid, and it's powered by the Tuned app. The really big difference, guys, with these is that they go, they look exactly like an actual hearing aid that you would buy for $5, $6, $7,000 a pair. And so it fits the same way. It's got the same technology in it, but it will allow you to use an app, the Tuned In app, in order to get the adjustments, get the fit just right, get the levels just right, all without having to leave your home. And as we all know, with our growing aging population of 10,000 people aging over 65 every single day, there are not enough audiologists to serve them all. This is going to fill that need. And because of that, I will say that this is going to disrupt the hearing aid industry, and rightfully so, because it's going to take the price down to it's going to take the price down to $9.99 as opposed to $5,999. So I just want to tip you off on that. I love things that disrupt the industry. I love things that disrupt the status quo. It's just like years ago, we just would have booked a trip through a travel agent, right? Nowadays, we just do it online, all on our own, because the technology has become that easy and that accessible for us to use. So I could talk about this all day long, but I want to give you two a chance to tell people how they can reach you and what's the best way. So if Rick, if you would go ahead, please.
Sure. So our website is Vivid, like Vivid Colors, VIVID -Pix, PIX.com. And when you come to our site, the product I shared today was Memory Station. So vividpix.com/Memory Station. And I covered in our conversation today the benefits to those with cognitive decline. All of us have wonderful memories that we wish to share. All of us do wish to be able to bring those stories forward and to share our legacy and to share our story. So this product is absolutely available and beneficial to all sorts of people. And I guess go ahead. I'm sorry.
Could you tell us what the cost is, please?
Absolutely. We are not a free application, and we do serve on computers. We have been down the app path. We found that people were more comfortable working with a computer than with an application. And so we did the research in senior living facilities, independent, assisted, and memory care in order to make sure that everything is easy to operate. So George Eastman, my roots, you press the button, we do the rest. Everything is very click and use, and our software ranges from $50 to be able to improve images up to $1,000 to have a full system in order to be able to really share your memories.
Wonderful. Thank you for answering that. And did we put this in the chat already? Yeah, the best way. That's right. And Samir, how about for you? What is the best way for people to connect with you?
So people can go to my website, defassistant.com. So DAFASSISTANT.com. They can get my phone number from there. You can call me. That's my personal number. I'll answer it. Email me. We have a lot of tools. So we don't have only the one that I mentioned. We have tools for senior homes, assisted living. For example, if you have an event and you get a speaker, you can convert that to be accessible for the hard of hearing. You essentially provide like a little page where they can just get live captions, so they don't need to download an app. They just use their own phones. A lot of exciting stuff. If you're interested, if you have any needs for the deaf and hard of hearing, reach out to us. We'd love to help you out. The pricing, so we have a subscription model for our conference captioning application, which is around $200 to $400 depending on their needs per month. And we have the Health Scribe app, which is used by doctors and emergency rooms. That's $100 a month.
Oh boy, would that be helpful for so many, many people, right? Well, guys, I just want to thank you for hopping on today, for talking about your solution. I so appreciate it. And thank you, Jesse. And And if anyone else has a solution out there, would you please reach out to me? I love it when you do. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and let me know what your solution is, because I want to know about it. And with that, I will bid you all a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here next Tuesday.